finished our tour here with Jeff, the brewmaster here, and tell us a little bit about some of the samplings of what you have here and kind of what's the difference between the beers for the novices.
Absolutely. The sampling is kind of like a progression. I believe it wholeheartedly in the idea of education, taking people from point A to point B, so to speak. And so as we start here on the total left, this is my crossover beer. This is for people who typically enjoy like a regular mass-produced beer. They really like the light beers and so forth. This one is exactly that. It's a very light beer, but it's made with 100% malted barley, and so it's going to have some flavor to it that they might not be used to. But it's very, very easy to drink, goes with a lot of great things. This is a typical ale. This is a beer that we would produce in 14 days. It would be done, and very easy to go with. Yeah, hey, I will too. I'm not shy about that.
Yeah.
Imagine that with a pizza or something like that. Absolutely. Very easy to go with. Now the second beer, this particular beer here is a very traditional German Hefeweizen. Hefe in German means heavy. Weizen is wheat, so it's heavy wheat. So you have at least 50% of this has wheat in it. So I don't use all malted barley. I use a good portion of wheat in it. And so what you have first off is you have a very cloudy beer. This is very traditional. Some people might know this from or have something very similar to this in the taste profile if they would do like a mass-produced beer like a Blue Moon or something like that. But this one here, the flavors that are in it are total only and wholeheartedly come from just fermentation. It's not flavorings I add or anything. You're going to notice up front a very outstanding kind of banana smell and flavor to it. It kind of hits you when you drink it, you know?
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Because the banana, you don't expect that in a beer.
It's very, very, very pronounced. And again, this is a byproduct of fermentation. It goes very well with anything kind of light, whether it's a light salad. Be honest with you, bananas Foster's for a dessert, this will rock it out for sure. I mean, it varies very easy to drink. A lot of people love to put a slice of orange in it or something like that. Works very well. The next beer is a traditional German Pilsner. This is a beer that you know, people recognize the name Pilsner, but a German Pilsner has a little bit different flavor nuances in it, more so in the end. I mean, you're going to see that it's clear, that it has a crisp smell, and it's very clean, but it finishes with just a little bit of a bite on the end. Very traditional for a German Pilsner. This goes good with a lot of things. I think of a nice burger. That's like pepperoni pizza works well too. You know, this is like an all-around. Hey, you mow the lawn and drink this. It's okay.
And we're hearing it from the master. We're hearing it from the master.
Absolutely. We're going to skip the next one because we're going to save that one for last. Always save the best for last, so to speak. The next one here is a red. It's a red ale. I call it Red Sky. It's kind of like that old saying, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Definitely a delightful beer if you wait till evening. You know, it's got a malt flavor to it, which is really nice, and I think you'll...
You know something? I love my job.
Yes.
I love my job. This
Me
is tough.
too.
This is really tough.
Absolutely. This goes great with like stews, chilies, that type of stuff, because it's a little bit heartier, has a malt flavor to it. The next one here, this is a very traditional style German, it's a dark beer, and it's called a Munich Dunkel. Dunkel, or correctly pronounced Dunkel in German, means dark. And so this is a dark German lager. This is another one of those that we cold store it for a period of time. And what's unique about this, most people look at a dark beer and they're thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be bitter, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be... This is quite absolutely the opposite of that, and it's because of the style of beer. Being that it's a lager, it's going to have smoothness to it, a little bit more of a crispness to it, and it's very easy to drink. As a matter of fact, I love this with Oreo cookies.
Really?
Yes.
I know last night I tried this, and I thought it was going to be bitter,
Yeah.
but I was pleasantly surprised.
Absolutely.
Just as good today as it was last
Absolutely.
night.
Oreo cookies, German chocolate cake, it goes great with all of them.
A dessert wine, or a dessert beer.
Kind
I
of,
should say.
absolutely. The last one we're going to try is a American IPA. And the reason we saved this one for last is because the flavor is so explosive, it can impede the tasting of some of the other ones down the line. An American IPA simply means IPA stands for India Pale Ale. It's a style of beer. And simply what it is that it means that there's a lot more hops and you put them more often when you're brewing the beer. And so it's going to have some explosive flavor. Because this is an American, it uses American hops, and the resulting flavor is twofold. You're going to have citrusy and piney, and those are going to come at you and almost hit you in the face.
Well,
but it's Prost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Goes great with a spicy dish. Absolute spicy dish this works great with.
You know, but then again, I like the flavor
Yep.
in beer. I can just sit and just enjoy the beer.
Absolutely, me too, and very much so. But sometimes with beer, you can drink a little more if you have some food.
That's true.
You know, carbs always work good with beer.
Well, I want to thank you for taking your time today. And if you guys are ever up in Frankenmuth, be sure to stop here at the Frankenmuth Brewery. Stop in, schedule a tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll be happy to give you a tour. The food is, fabulous. And of course, I have a little work in front of me, so back to the show. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Our
you.
website is www.frankenmuthbrewery.com. We work closely with the Chamber of Commerce, so they have a lot of our information as well. Our phone number is 989-262-8300.